We all reach a point where holding on starts to hurt more than letting go. Whether it's a person, a relationship, or a version of ourselves, emotional attachment can feel like chains around the soul. But what if Aristotle, the great philosopher and polymath, could show us how to detach without becoming numb? What if the path to peace is not through apathy, but through wisdom? Welcome to Aristotle, where ancient philosophy meets modern clarity. Today, we'll explore how to emotionally detach from someone, not by erasing love, but by understanding it. Part 1. Understand what attachment really is. Aristotle once said, "Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies, but when the soul begins to fracture, pain enters. To detach emotionally, we must first understand what attachment is." According to Aristotle, all human actions aim at one thing, eudaimonia, a state of flourishing or fulfillment. We love others because we see in them something that helps us grow toward this ideal life. So, emotional attachment isn't just about the person, it's about what they represent. It could be safety, validation, shared memories, or a version of ourselves we liked better. Ask yourself, what need was this person fulfilling in my life? If you don't understand the root of the attachment, you'll never pull it out. You'll just keep trimming the leaves. Part 2. Reframe love the Aristotle way. Aristotle identified 3 types of love. Love of utility, based on what someone gives us. Love of pleasure, based on enjoyment or chemistry. Love of virtue, the highest form, where both people help each other grow in goodness. Now ask yourself, was your connection built on utility, pleasure, or virtue? If it wasn't the third, if it didn't elevate you morally and spiritually, then detachment isn't a loss, it's liberation. Even if it was virtuous, Aristotle believed in telos, that everything has a natural purpose and end. Some relationships are meant to last forever. Others are meant to teach you, grow you, and end. Understanding this helps you detach with honor, not resentment. Part 3. Practice the golden mean of emotions. Aristotle taught the concept of the golden mean. The virtuous path lies between extremes. In terms of emotion, too much attachment equals dependence, too little equals cold detachment. The mean equals balanced love with inner freedom. You don't need to become emotionless. You need to become self-anchored. When you find yourself spiraling over a memory, pause and ask, is this emotion guiding me toward virtue or away from it? Detach not by suppressing your feelings, but by observing them like a philosopher. You are not your thoughts. You are not your grief. You are the one who watches and chooses. Part 4. Shift from codependence to self-sufficiency. Aristotle believed the good life is built on self-sufficiency, not isolation, but independence of soul. When we emotionally depend on someone, we give them power over our inner state. But true wisdom is to ground your joy in your own virtue, not another's presence. How? Create a daily routine rooted in purpose, not pain. Read, write, learn, grow. Replace emotional obsession with intellectual curiosity. Aristotle was a polymath, a master of many disciplines, and he didn't run from pain. He transmuted it, turning heartbreak into fuel for thought, for art, for understanding. You must do the same. Detach not by forgetting them, but by remembering yourself. Part 5. Embrace impermanence with rational grief. All things in nature move toward change. The flower blooms, and then it withers. The sun rises, and then it sets. Aristotle taught that everything in life is governed by motion and causality. Nothing remains static. So why do we expect people to? Emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you've accepted that the form has changed, and the soul must adapt. Grieve, yes, but do it rationally. Journal what you've learned. Honor the beauty that once was, and close the chapter not with bitterness, but with intellectual closure. Grief becomes unhealthy when it loses direction. Aristotle would say, "Let grief become your teacher, not your tyrant." Part 6. Fill the vacuum with higher meaning. Nature abhors a vacuum. When we detach emotionally, there's an empty space. And if you don't fill it with meaning, your mind will fill it with longing. This is where polymathy becomes your superpower. Dive into disciplines that elevate the soul. Study ethics, explore science, create art, train your body. Detachment isn't just about moving away from someone, it's about moving towards something greater. Aristotle once said, "Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all." Now is your time to educate both, to master your pain and redirect your energy. Part 7. Replace attachment with contribution. One of the most powerful ways to heal is to contribute. When you're stuck in attachment, your energy circles inward. But contribution turns that energy outward, toward the world, toward others. Teach someone what you've learned. Help a friend through their pain. Create something that outlives your heartbreak. Aristotle believed that the highest human good was not just contemplation, but action aligned with virtue. So rise, give, serve, building. And in doing so, you'll find that the pain fades, not because you forget, but because you've transformed. Emotional detachment isn't the end of feeling, it's the refinement of it. It's turning pain into understanding, chaos into clarity, and love into wisdom. Aristotle taught us that the goal of life is not to feel good, but to be good, to live with reason, virtue, and purpose. So if you're walking the lonely path of letting go, know this: you are not breaking down. You are breaking open into someone wiser, stronger, freer. Welcome to your next chapter. This is Aristotle, where ancient minds guide modern lives. If this video brought you peace, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, live with purpose, let go with wisdom.